next home game is next Sunday, May 26th, against the Charlottesville Blues, right here at beautiful TowneBank Stadium. Festival gates open at 5 p.m. and kickoff is 10%.
I'm Pastor Grant, and I hope that you'll join us at one of our campuses this weekend. We're one church with locations all across Hampton Roads and online around the world. So if you're looking for a church home that prioritizes engaging worship and Bible teaching, then this church is for you. Welcome home. So you come this Sunday and experience for yourself while we say it's not just church, it's life.
This is a story of first downs and second chances.
I wanted to keep playing, but my feet hurt.
You'd think all those big league experts could have helped.
You have access to anything, but none of it worked.
His football career ended, but his plantar fasciitis pain didn't. Till he found the Good Feet store.
I got fitted for my arch supports. Let me tell you something. They work.
Now, he recommends Good Feet to
anybody. If you move, go to the Good Feet store.
See for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
In Newport News, talk to State Farm agent Jimmy Fay today.
Give me that ooey gooey, crispy, crunchy, mouth-watering. Give me that silky, smoothie, creamy, dreamy Papa sauce. Give me that crispy, cuppy, oldie, foldy, pepperoni popping. Give me that cheesy, saucy, tossy Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some. Crispy, cuppy, roni trio before it's gone. Papa John's.
Great vision and healthy eyes are the goal at Peninsula Eye Care. Optometrists diagnose and treat many disorders of the eye and visual system and are a great addition to your healthcare team. We prescribe glasses, contact lenses, and medications to serve you. I'm Dr. David Buck, and if you're looking for a team that will care about you and is ready to listen, come see us at Peninsula Eye Care.
As soon as you arrive, you'll see it in the people you meet and the way we follow through. At Bowditch Ford, your dealership experience will be one of total satisfaction. Our professional sales associates make buying easy, fast, and fun. And when it comes to service, experience better. From maintenance to repair to parts, collision, even our quick lane, we do it better. Your time is valuable and your dollars hard-earned. We'll take care of you. Bowditch Ford, a tradition of doing the right thing.
A yard without mosquitoes is always the most popular yard in the neighborhood.
They're home! Scatter!
Homeowners, consider yourselves warned.
Again?
Mosquito Joe, outside is fun again.
Hoops. They're everywhere, especially when it comes to banking. Lots of banks offer you big promises with their checking accounts. But there's always a hoop to jump through. At Langley, we don't like hoops. Our Smart Checking offers great features like getting your paycheck up to 3 days early, no monthly fees, and no minimum balances. No hoops, just straightforward banking with Langley. Open your smart check.
You couldn't have asked for a more picture-perfect late spring Sunday here at TowneBank Stadium. Another edition of Lionsbridge Soccer here on YouTube, and we're glad you are joining us. My name is Nathan Epstein, joined by Austin Urch, and Lionsbridge FC trying to keep that unbelievable, unbeaten home streak alive, and another friendly matchup for you on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Lionsbridge taking on Greenville United FC. Lionsbridge now 2-0 to start this season. They opened up at home on Wednesday night with a 5-2 win over Grove United, and now tonight looking to make it 41 straight unbeaten here at TowneBank Stadium. Nathan FC and Austin Urch. And Austin, if the fans here still filing into TowneBank Stadium get even a little bit of what we saw on Wednesday night, then this one should be another electric outing.
Absolutely, and they better make their way to their seats pretty fast, because I'm sure you remember, certainly everyone does in attendance, that goal in the very first minute. It was about 45 seconds in, and already it was the player in his first year, which was unbelievable. Trey Barrett III scored a hat trick with his first goal in the first 30 seconds. He went to score a hat trick in the first 30 minutes even. And I mean, it doesn't really get more exciting and better than that from your debut.
Fans cheering as the two teams take their spot at midfield. We still are yet to hear the starting lineups. We'll bring those to you in just a little bit. First of all, we want to thank our game sponsor. Lionsbridge FC would like to thank Chick-fil-A of the Peninsula. And remember, if Lionsbridge scores a goal ahead of the night, everyone here is going home with a free Chick-fil-A. So if you are watching on YouTube, be sure to make your way to the stadium for your chance to win a free Chick-fil-A. As we are set to hear the starting lineups for this matchup between Lionsbridge FC and Greenville United FC. Before we get to that, Austin, we heard from Chris Wally last game talking about how it's still so early in the season. He's still tweaking with lineups. He's still trying to see which players he can rely on. And interestingly enough, tonight we do know that all of the goal scoring from last game will not be dressed tonight, and that includes Trey Barrett, who you just mentioned ago, that unbelievable hat trick in his first ever start for Lionsbridge FC, his first ever appearance on this field. Only a senior at Kickingham High School, going to play his college ball at William & Mary next year. Again, scored his first goal in the first 90 seconds of that outing against Grove United. And also Christian Hackley, one of the veterans. He will not be dressed today, and Harry Rowe, who also scored from outside the box late in the first half. So we're going to see a whole new mismatch of offensive stars in this game.
And I think that's the really exciting part. It's another season, another brand new start, basically, for a lot of players who may not have had the chance they wanted last year, or who are brand new to the team this year, to sort of grab the spotlight for themselves, much how Barrett did in the previous game. So a good chance for them, a good chance for Cole McNally as well, who's getting his first start for Lionsbridge since the 2021 season. Seems like it was so many years ago, but it was just 3. The goalkeeper out of William & Mary, McNally. It'll be exciting to see what he has in store for him. There wasn't too much action, though, in the previous game here at TowneBank Stadium for John Ermini, who was in net. However, he did have that spectacular and exciting save on a penalty kick. Certainly a great save. Always feels good when you are able to parry one of those away. So we'll see what McNally can do between the pipes tonight.
And as Austin mentioned, Cole McNally, now in his third season with the club, will get the starting goal tonight. And some other starters for you for Lionsbridge. Don Foster, his second year with the club from London, England. The defenseman will be making his start tonight. Harry Levin, in his first season, played a little bit last game, actually got the start last game against Grove United. Defenseman, 24 years old from Wales. Louis Beckett in his first season. Midfielder, 21 21 years old, Bennington, England, plays his college ball at North Carolina, Asheville. Isaiah Chisholm, now in his third season, a local player. We're going to see what he has getting the start. The forward, 19 years old, from Yorktown, Virginia, so from right down the road. Grafton High School, plays at the University of Kentucky. Vincent Benet, first season, forward, 21 years old, from Kenosha, Wisconsin, plays his college ball at Davidson. Balas Faher, first season midfielder, 19 years old, from Budapest, Hungary, will be making the start in midfield. Defenseman Harry Rowe, second year with the team, defenseman, 22 years old, from Wales. Ben Fisher will get back to the starting lineups in just a minute after the national anthem.
And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sebastian.
And the national anthem here at TowneBank Stadium. Nathan Epstein, Austin Urch set to bring you the action tonight between Lionsbridge FC and Greenville United FC. Continuing on with the starting lineups, we got Ben Fisher in his first season with the club, midfielder from Alexandria, Virginia. Plays his college soccer at Charlotte, transferred in from Virginia Tech, so some local Virginia ties there. Adam Kirkwood will be at defense. Defenseman, second year, 25 years old, from Scotland. And finally, Deshaun Johnson will be getting the start tonight as the boys in blue take their spots on the field. The referees tending to things at midfield. The fans are getting settled in. And if it's anything like what we saw on Wednesday night, another fantastic crowd expected to see Lionsbridge FC, the two-time defending Chesapeake Division champions and last year's national champion runners-up in United in the USL League Two. Nathan Epstein, Austin Urch. And Austin, any final thoughts here before we get things started here tonight between Lionsbridge and Greenville FC?
It'll be really interesting for me, and I assume you as well, to see Harry Lovett in the lineup. It's his first year, like you mentioned, 77 games started out of 77 games he appeared in, logging over 6,700 minutes at Chowan when he played soccer there, and that's averaging to 87 minutes per game. So that's maybe one or two contests where he was subbed out early. Other than that, he played every single game, not to mention starting in it. So I think Coach Wally's looking at him to be an Iron Man in the defense this season.
Lionsbridge defending the goal to the left side of your screen if you're watching tonight. Greenville FC United now in their second season as a member of the National Premier Soccer League. And talk about an unbelievable debut. Now, this is a friendly match, but you think about what Greenville United FC did last season, undefeated regular season. Went all the way to the semifinals and the playoffs, came up just short, but a team that has a lot of promise heading into the future.
Exactly, and if you been along with Lionsbridge for their brief history. They've had a similar trajectory where they immediately got started and had a pretty good season, and from there it's just continued to get better and better. And I'm excited to see what Greenville has in store for us tonight, as well as the rest of the season. Greenville coaching staff has featured Fernando Zuniga, who's the head coach at Chewan for the women's soccer team, whereas Chris Wally is for the men's soccer team. So a little bit of a friendly rivalry between them. No doubt some shared tactics as well.
That does make things a little more interesting. British fans getting charged up. LS Fair at midfield. And here we go, here from TowneBank Stadium. And already Brits trying to put on some pressure on the offensive end. Out of bounds, and it will go to Grove United wearing those gold jerseys. Excuse me, to Greenville FC. I'm still in Wednesday's mode here.
So we mentioned this previously in the game earlier last week, or I suppose earlier this week, just depending on how you want to look at it. Possession in the middle of the field is a big selling point for both teams. If you're able to win the ball in the midfield, it helps so much on offense as well as defense.
And Ashfield on the run for Greenville. Centers it up, and it's an easy save. Cole McNally gets his hands on it for the first time tonight. So already one shot on goal for Greenville. And talking about Lionsbridge FC, 5 goals in the first half last game against Grove United.
And if you're McNally, it's always nice to get some early touches on the ball, especially when it's nothing too difficult, just to give you a good feeling for it, make sure your hands are all warmed up, your legs are working like they're supposed to, before you have to make any too acrobatic saves.
And we did mention last game, Austin, those 2 goals given up by Lionsbridge, maybe not something that Chris Wally is going to be happy about. Every now and then you're going to allow a goal. Sometimes it's just better offense as opposed to what you provide on defense. But some breakdowns last game on defense and some sloppy play already. Don Foster taps it out of bounds and it'll go to Greenville. And you got to think he's going to be looking for sharper play on defense tonight, Austin.
Oh, 100%. I wouldn't say it's a mission failure, so to speak, if they let in a goal, but certainly that's one of the top priorities. Don't let in a goal. Make sure we have a strong defensive unit this game, and might get some help from the midfield as well. They have a strong offense. They certainly know that. So Wally might be having the tactics be playing a bit more defensive, have those midfielders drop back and help out with the back 3, as it looks like Lionsbridge is running a back 3 in the defense. In the previous game they started, it was a back 4, and then I believe they shifted to a back 3 later on in the contest. Lionsbridge utilized the back 3 almost the entirety of last season. So it's interesting to see them bring it back. It just shows that Wally has a lot of faith in his midfielders and his defenders to get the job done back there, not to mention the goalkeeper.
Lionsbridge presses forward, knocked out of bounds, so Ben Foster throws it in. Foster sends it to the box, nobody there. Out of bounds, another throw in. Harry Lovett, 24 years old from Wales. Looks like he's ready to launch this thing. And he does. Back out Lewis Beckett. And out of Harry Rowe. Got the start last game. And again, pretty good, solid defense from Greenville. Can't really get much going for Lionsbridge.
A nice job cutting off the passing angles there for Lionsbridge, forcing the ball out wide and then quickly closing in to make sure they couldn't get a cross off. Lionsbridge trying to play a bit of containment defense here.
See it, Chisholm. Some pesky defense just outside the box for Greenville. Harry Davidson with the throw-in. Andre Dede Sabino gets free. Sends it in way over the top of the net. But already 2 shots on goal for Greenville, and we're still waiting for Lionsbridge to get their first crack at it.
Sabino, a senior at Francis Mary University, played with the Ocean City Nor'easters last season. Coincidentally, that was a team that Lionsbridge hosted here in the Eastern Conference Finals. Lionsbridge, of course, able to defeat them, move on to the national championship game.
And again, Lionsbridge having some trouble getting it out of their own side of things. Up ahead, Chisholm.
It looks like Chisholm able to pick up a foul there. That'll be the first foul of the game, and it'll go against Greenville. We'll quickly get the restart, switch the field.
Greenville, by the way, coming off a 1-0 loss against Hickory. Opened up the season with a 1-1 tie against Salem City. Sends it in, some tough contact, but Chisholm fights through it. Inside the box, first shot on goal is swallowed up by the keep.
A good play by Chisholm. That was a hallmark of his game last season. A big body up top. Certainly loves to push around with the defense and make things very physical back there for them.
19 years old, played his high school ball right down the road at Grafton High School, and last week it was Trey Barrett, the local from Kickoff, who got things started, and this game almost another local puts Lionsbridge on the board first, but it stays all zeros. We're approaching 6 minutes in to this friendly matchup against Greenville United.
Chisholm had a trio of goals last season with 2 assists as well, and just 8 games played. We'll see if he can have as big of an impact this season as well.
Header sent into the box. Acrobatic attempt. Danger for Lionsbridge. Sent away. Out of bounds. It'll stay with Greenville.
That was Dom Foster who was able to clear it away. Seems to me, though, he took just one too many touches inside the box. You just want to get that thing out of there if you're a defender. Just first time it, make sure your touch is good and strong. Have faith in yourself to clear the ball away.
Couldn't tell who that was with the bicycle attempt. Greenville almost sent a charge for their fan base watching. Send it to the box again. Header. Almost sent away. Blocked by McNally. Another attempt, and this one defended well. McNally's been busy back in goal so far. Greenville not done yet. Again, out of bounds. It stays on this side of the field for Greenville.
We talked earlier about Lionsbridge maybe wanting to get some practice in their defense, and Greenville certainly delivering here so far.
I think you're right, Austin. If Coach Wally wanted to see a little bit more out of his defense, well, they're being put to the test early. McNally has to scoop it up and sends it wide to Dom Foster. Has plenty of room. Sends it up ahead. Is he onside? Chisholm. And it is offsides is the call.
Yeah, just a step too early there for Chisholm. It was a smart run, though, and a good quick counterattack from Lionsbridge.
And we've seen Lionsbridge just a few times this game try to push the pace to the other side. Just haven't found any openings yet. Oh, Chisholm is there. Chisholm deflected just barely. That'll be a corner. Chisholm has been busy on the offensive side of things, and now the first corner of the game will go to Lionsbridge.
Oh, is Volker just getting his fingertips on the ball and just enough of it to push it to the side. It's about as close as he could have gotten to preventing it from going into the goal.
Harry Rowe and Harry Lovett are both at the corner. We'll see who takes it. Cross to the box, and it's easily grabbed by the keeper.
Unfortunate there for Lionsbridge. They couldn't get a follow-up shot on target. But fair play for Lionsbridge, trying to send in a swinging corner towards the back post. Just create a bit of confusion. A good strong goalkeeping from Volker coming off his line. Just claiming the ball and clearing it away. Looks like there's a player down for Greenville just outside the center circle. Looks like that's Mohamed Fofana asking for a substitute. Already very early into this contest. Certainly hope he's all right.
Yeah, he was gesturing over to what looked like his training staff. Looks like he may be cramping up a little bit. Obviously, don't want to speculate too much, but pointing at his calf area may have been cramping up a little bit. While we have a minute, Riverside Health System is the official sports medicine and athletic training provider for Lionsbridge FC. The club would like to thank our great partners at Riverside for keeping us in the game. Approaching 10 minutes left as, Mohamed Fofana is being helped off the field. So maybe something a little bit more serious than a cramp. We'll wait and see. No score, approaching the 10th minute of this one.
I think as we were talking about last game, it's nice that it is a friendly, and so, of course, it's almost house rules, so to speak, when it comes to substitutions. So hopefully if it is just a cramp, he's able to rehydrate, get that massaged a little bit, and maybe we'll see him in the second half. A little bit of extra coaching going on for both sides as players and coaches utilizing the time they're allowed. Just create some extra strategy. Chris Wally maybe seeing a couple things that was a part of the Greenville United attack that was frustrating Lionsbridge. Always nice to have an outside perspective. A quick restart, though. Lionsbridge almost giving it away.
Yeah.
Perhaps trying to go a bit too quickly and just barely keeping it inbounds on the other side.
Harry Rowe on the far side of that field. Maybe had some tough coaching from Coach Wally as he made his way back onto the field. It's Foster near side. Maybe some numbers for Lionsbridge. The hair on the wide side. Gives chase to the corner. Sends it in. Deflected away, and that was a great stab at it.
A really great cross from Faher in his debut for the club. Second chance coming up for Lionsbridge. They'll play smart, bring it back into their defense, sort of reset the attack, and have another look at things.
Love it, Dom Foster. We're looking to see if Lionsbridge can be a little sharper with their passing so far in this one. Looked a little bit sloppy here. Ben Fisher. And now it's wide. A fight for it. Still no possession officially, and now it's Greenville. Comes away, but Chisholm is there. Header sent back. Nobody but Lovett is back.
This is classic Lionsbridge defense, quickly trying to swarm to the ball and create chaos on the opposite side of the field, force an unforced error, and a turnover deep in enemy territory. Chisholm teaming up with Johnson, nearly creating one.
Here's Chisholm, sends it wide. Foster, back up top. The shot, deflection, and it's in! Across the line! Bridge on the board first!
And who else but the local boy, Isaiah Chisholm, getting that goal in the 13th minute.
A little meditation celebration for Chisholm. Pumps up the crowd, a fight for it, a little bit of chaos in the box, and Chisholm, the 19-year-old from Yorktown, puts Bridge up 1-0.
Talked earlier about him having a big impact on the team last season, and already in the second game here at home, he's having an impact as well. And we'll hear from coaches, always make sure crash the boards is a common phrase in basketball. You see it all the time in soccer as well. Make sure you're going after the goalkeeper because you never know when he's not going to hang on to the ball. That's exactly what happened. And Chisholm, with his aggression, able to quickly come in, get his foot on the ball, and poke that one into the back of the net. Lionsbridge up by 1.
And it was initially deflected by the keeper, but you got to give it to Chisholm. Stayed with it. Almost saved before it crossed that line, but clear as day. Cross that white stripe, and here we are, 1-0 Bridge.
So another pretty early goal still inside the first 15 minutes for Lionsbridge. So they put the pressure on early. They're able to get the reward from it and already looking
Foster,
for
right back at it. Trying to chase it down. Some contact. Both players go down, but they're going to say goal kick. Greenville back with possession.
Tom Foster listed as a defender for Lionsbridge. And there's just another look inside the Lionsbridge tactics, utilizing those defensive wing backs to help join up on the attack. You already have barrage Faher on this side of the field. You can see how Foster quickly made an overlapping run, catching the midfield off guard when you have a defenseman coming up. Nice play by Lionsbridge.
Sends it down the near side, and Foster heads it out.
Already a couple times this afternoon, evening contest, we've seen Foster just extinguish the attack of Greenville, knocking the ball out of bounds in those 50-50 aerial duels, just providing more time for his team to come back on defense and get things settled down.
Luke Ackerman set to throw it in. Bridge ready on defense. The header knocked away. And here comes Bridge. Excellent move. Vincent Benage on the run. Here comes Chisholm. Nothing but Bridge defenders there. Now just a game of keep away by both teams going on.
That was Didi Sabino just clearing it away for Greenville. What a great touch by Benage in his debut for the club. Just to immediately turn the ball up the field, get the ball out of danger, out towards the edge of the field, really creating another opportunity.
Far side, it's Chisholm again. They're letting him go to work.
Certainly can be pretty frustrating for a defender when you have a big, strong-bodied forward who's willing to go into those aerial battles with you. Certainly takes a toll on you physically.
Throw may have slipped a little bit. Chisholm tried to head it. Another chance. Rebound, and it is scooped up. Not sure he quite got his foot on it. I think that was Vincent Benage with the attempt. And again, maybe didn't quite get all of that one, but he was certainly in position to make it 2-0.
A bit of an awkward strike for him as he was coming across his body to try and hit that one. Made enough contact to send it towards the goal, but like you said, not really enough to put on a dangerous shot and really test Volker.
Tapped ahead, Adam Kirkwood. And it's out of bounds, back to Greenville. So Greenville has been testing that Lionsbridge defense. I mean, really, we haven't seen Lionsbridge on the Greenville side of things too often tonight. You got to give credit to Lionsbridge for bending but not breaking so far.
Absolutely, and I think that's sort of making Wally smile, at least on the inside, over on the other side of the field. He's excited to watch this team be tested defensively, something that hasn't happened too much during the previous campaign last year. There were, of course, some couple games that they did end up losing, but here, getting a new feel for the squad, new players, returning players, just getting that pressure put on them early in the season helps to benefit them later on down the stretch.
Thomas Bonaire is in, and I believe it's Bonaire who is in for Fafana, who again left the field not long ago with some sort of injury. Looked like he may have been cramping, but not sure about that one. Space, Vincent Arrieta. Fans clamoring for some contact and a foul. Doesn't look like they're going to get it. And here's Chisholm, a turn and go opportunity. Johnson! Oh, just wide of the post. Tayshawn Johnson had a great look at it from the far side, inside the 18-yard box.
That's exactly why coaches will tell you to play until the whistle. Yes, some Lionsbridge fans thought there might have been a foul, but the players on the field didn't hear that whistle. They keep going, get a turnover, nearly create a goal out of it. It'll just be a goal kick for Greenville. The Lionsbridge acting a bit scary out on the field with how quickly they can turn things around and change from defense to offense.
And that was a missed kick for Kidd in keep as he sends it out of bounds, and right off the bat it'll go back to Lionsbridge. Excuse me, Volker. Throwing a fight for it. Chisholm hits the ground, but it'll stay with Bridge. No foul call.
But there again, just Chisholm putting on full display his willingness to battle for the ball, not letting Greenville come away with anything without a fight. Fair, great steal, allows Lionsbridge to start another attack, but just a bit too much power from Beckett as he tried to switch the field. I really like so far how willing Lionsbridge is to play aggressive on defense in the other half. Sometimes teams are a bit timid and shy away from being so aggressive as it can open you up in the middle of the field, and even your defense, especially playing a back three. The Lionsbridge forwards and midfielders have enough confidence with the rest of their team that they're going to be able to withstand anything so far. It's been 20 minutes, just a couple of shots from Greenville United, nothing to trouble McNally too much though.
Benage falls down, and this time Bridge is going to get the call. Benage comes up holding his leg. Hope he's okay.
It was a really great touch from Benage to just get past the defender, and number 12, Monair, the substitute who came on for Fofana. Just a bit of an awkward challenge. Unfortunately, though, Benage still slow to get up on the ground. It was an awkward tumble for him as he completely got upended. The ball was well passed, so it was all contact with the player.
And now the training staff has to come back onto the field. Already the second injury we've seen this evening, although Benage comes up holding his leg. Looks like he may be okay. That's a good sign. And excuse me, that is Benage. So he will walk off the field. Looks like under his own power. Oh. Still grimacing in obvious pain. We'll see what the substitution may be.
So as the four-man wall gets set up for Greenville, a couple of Lionsbridge players, Lovett and Rowe, standing behind the ball for this set piece. Thankfully, it seems like the good thing is for that last tackle, just a little bit of a stinger. It just is about maybe a couple minutes of pain, and then sooner or later you'll be walking around, moving that ankle about, and you'll be fit enough to carry on.
Yeah, far side of the field. He's stretching things out, trying to put some weight on it. In the meantime, here we go. Harry Rowe, left foot on it, towards the goal and over everything. A little amped up on that one, sends it sailing, and no damage done on Greenville's side. No goal for Lionsbridge. Still a 1-0 lead for Bridge. Approaching the 22nd minute of play here in this friendly between Lionsbridge and Greenville United FC.
There's a little bit of disappointment as there was no real attempts made on that free kick. A great chance for Lionsbridge. They couldn't put anything on target. Because now it looks like their defense is about to be tested again. That's something that Greenville has done really well, quickly able to move down the field. Lionsbridge hasn't been able to stop them in the midfield too much. It's been a little bit more of just unforced errors by Greenville, turning the ball over, whether it's a pass that's too hard or just off the mark. Boys in blue have been able to recover for the most part.
And Monair sends that one out of bounds. Back to Bridge.
And that's the second time for Monair that his pass has been off the mark. Going out of bounds, just giving away a throw-in towards Lionsbridge.
And already Benage is back in that midfield area.
Exactly, and that's a good thing to see. We'll see if it impacts his speed at all. That was something that he liked to use. Just put a touch on the ball, get it past the defender. That's actually how he went down in the tackle.
Oh, maybe a chance for Greenville here. And excellent job by number 21, Adam Kirkwood, the defenseman from Scotland, making things difficult.
This is his second year with Lionsbridge. Playing over in that left back position, nice job of him to track with the forward on the opposite side and move across the width of the field, not being tied over to his position, knowing that he had other teammates to help him out, move over, slide around. Lovett adjusted his positioning on the field to cover any runs on the opposite side. So good teamwork and good communication between the Lionsbridge players.
And tackle is called for the foul. Benage goes back down on the ground again. Now sitting on his backside. I'm not sure if he's... It looks like he's still in a little bit of pain here. Well, now back on his feet. So he's definitely battling through something here. Took some hard contact a few minutes ago, and looks like he's going to head back to the sideline.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Wally sort of just have him take a seat for the rest of the 20 or so minutes left here in the first half. Make sure that he's all fit before trying to bring him back out for the second half, if that's even a conversation that they're having over there. Like we said earlier, just differently between these two teams. USL2 action starting up.
Diego Campos off the post. I'm not sure he had quite the angle he wanted at it. But that was Diego Campos with another shot on goal. Innocently goes over the end line for Lionsbridge, and that results in a goal kick.
Like you said, a harsh angle, but a very good attempt nonetheless, as it looks like here comes that substitute coming into the game, number 22, Yago Lott, midfield. Vincent Benage will have a seat over on the sideline, just getting looked over by the medical staff.
Chisholm back to work. More contact, slips and falls. Oh, excellent tackle by Ben Foster. Don Foster, excuse me.
Foster is really doing a nice job so far this contest, playing his position perfectly as a wingback, moving up the field, but then as soon as Lionsbridge loses the ball, hustling back and making key tackles to stop the Greenville forwards.
Flick back to the midfield. And again, excellent defense by Bridge. A lot of contact. Here's Chisholm. Feed to the middle, and Yago Lott was there, just not in the right position. All being knocked around, both teams fighting for it. No whistles, they're letting them play. Had a couple of players on the ground after that sequence.
And so that'll certainly be something that the teams talk about going into the second half, coming out of the break. This referee seems to be sort of the type of official that'll just let the teams play, let things go out. Obviously, if there's an egregious foul, he's not afraid to call that back.
Oh, through the legs. Right place, right time. Has to be knocked away. Heads up play by Harry Rowe. Pass to the middle, went through a Bridge defender's legs. It was almost a lucky opportunity for Greenville. And here they are. Over the end line, and that will be a goal kick.
You have to be careful if you're a Lionsbridge player, but again, just want to speak to the good communication that they had along the back line and their smart positioning. As soon as that ball went through in towards the middle, Lionsbridge player, I believe it might have been Rowe, comes over to clear that ball away already with the quick restart. Love it, getting things going again from the back.
Briggs trying to get it to the ground. And instead, a contest of headers for a second. Don Foster can't quite corral it, and it goes out of bounds.
Good start to the sequence there for Lionsbridge. It seemed like they recognized that they weren't getting it anywhere in the air and deciding to trap it, bring it down in the midfield, and then try and go on the ground. Found a bit more success, but like you mentioned, Foster over on the near side just couldn't contain the pass.
Oh, Didi Sabino is absolutely furious, and it looks like, oh, that's a yellow card issued. And that is a very late call. Didi Sabino came up pleading his case, and it looks like one of those rare instances where he wins that case with the official because they looked like they were going to let him play on. Sabino was absolutely fuming, asking the ref to see that his jersey was being held. Now, he might have sold it a little bit. Either way, results in a free kick for Luke Ackerman as the ball set up. And he's ready to send it in. Oh, in the box. Dangerous. And a kick sails wide.
It'll be the first corner of the contest for Greenville. But that just shows sometimes when a player really gets animated and they have a case, the referee is quick to come over. And a quick restart from Greenville. by standing over on the sideline, but things get brought back for another corner attempt by the official. It's going a bit too quickly. The official just wanted to have a word with the players inside the box.
Send, far post, headed away. Still a chance for Greenville. And by, nowhere to go with it. Flicked in, and there is McNally. Snatches it out of the air, no damage done, and Bridge can reset.
A good grab by McNally. Great awareness to watch that ball float in from outside the box. Quickly come off his line and grab it.
Julian by looked like he had a little bit of space, but excellent defense by Bridge. Sending the attempt away. And again, you got to give credit to this Greenville team. They have definitely put the pressure on this Lionsbridge defense the entire first half.
Oh, absolutely, and part of that is what resulted in the yellow card. It was a good touch by Sabino to get out in front of the Lionsbridge defender, and really just no choice there for Foster but to just commit a tactical foul, bring the other player down, grab his shirt. Nothing too dangerous with a sliding challenge from behind or anything like that, but take yourself, just give a yellow card up. Make sure that there isn't a dangerous...
Here comes Chisholm. Sorry about that, Austin, but Chisholm was really presenting a danger there to Greenville for a little while, doing an excellent job. And speaking of Chisholm, like you mentioned it earlier, big-bodied young man who can really present a physical challenge for any defender on their side of the field.
Exactly, and that's just what he was doing. He was defending, but he's so aggressive on defense as a forward, and most players are really unaccustomed to that style of play on the opposite team.
Looking for Tayshawn Johnson on that far side of the field, nothing there. And Greenville now having some problems of their own, trying to get it outside of their side of things.
Johnson poking around on the opposite side of the field, forcing the ball out of bounds as a substitute coming in for Greenville. Just creating chaos on the other side of the field, again, causing turnovers, and Lionsbridge coming away with a throw-in.
Bridge setting up inside the box. A little bit of pushing and shoving going on. Not quite as friendly as things were against Grove United. Things getting a little bit chippy in this first half. Here we go. Far side, sent in, headed away. Lewis Beckett tries to get it back to no avail. Oh, here comes Bridge with it. Almost an opportunity for Josh Gordon, young man from Scarborough, Ontario, also a member of the University of Kentucky squad.
Seems like just when you're thinking that you've got the ball, you're starting to move up the field, the Lionsbridge swarm comes in, quickly tries to close you down, and sooner rather than later, you find you're back on defense. Nice job by Greenville, able to win the ball back, though. We'll see if they can bring it up through the field. Unfortunately, another pass off the mark. Lovett steps up to it, makes a key stop.
Oh, excellent feet ahead by Chisholm, looking for Johnson. Couldn't quite catch up to it.
Again, quickly with speed, Rowe, the defender, coming all the way up with Chisholm up by the forwards, and immediately the midfielder over on that side, slotting back into the defense. Here's Johnson all the way in that left back position now. And now that Rowe has come back, Johnson will slowly move back up towards the top of the formation.
Well, clearly they called a foul, but I didn't even hear the whistle. As we said, top of the broadcast, an absolutely beautiful late spring evening here in Newport News. TowneBank Stadium, some clouds up over the stadium, but still some beautiful spring weather for this friendly matchup between Lionsbridge and Greenville. Set up ahead and headed away. Oh, they say Greenville retains possession.
Yeah, fortunate there not to come away with a foul as Rowe had to jump over the tackle and in doing so, prevented him from touching the ball. So you could maybe have an argument that the Greenville player impeded Lionsbridge. He might have called for a foul, but again, like we said earlier, this is one of the officials that tends to just let both sides play, see how things develop. Obviously, if there's a big foul, he'll bring it back. But when I played, I like that in a referee. You sort of had the game in your own hands. You knew what you could and couldn't do throughout the contest. And
Andre Didi Savino goes to the turf. And again, another whistle. He has been in the middle of a lot of whistles so far this evening. 2 Greenville players. Oh, no whistle. Okay, so I thought things were slowing down. Instead, it's Abdulin Mbai. So 2 Greenville players went to the ground. I thought there was a whistle blown. Instead, Lionsbridge sends it away.
No doubt the incident that just occurred there will turn up the temperature of the game just a little bit more. We saw things getting chippy over in the Greenville half, especially with Chisholm being so physical up top. A couple players going down just for a moment for Greenville. They're going to want a little bit of retribution, still being down despite, I think, having more chances than Lionsbridge this contest.
Oh, absolutely so far.
Good no call on the handball from the official. Lott had his arms tucked inside toward his chest.
And Harry Lovett, Lionsbridge in retreat. McNally. We'll see if Lionsbridge can set something up here. And just a lazy pass. Greenville retains. Turn and go for Mbai. And that well over the goal.
And a disappointing attempt for Mbai there. The 2023 East Region 11 for the NPSL. You really have to have a better touch. You're down by 1, 10 minutes left in the half. Put something on target. Coaches always used to say nose over the ball or your knee over the ball when you're taking that strike in order to keep it down. Bit of a wasted opportunity.
It's a 1-0 Lionsbridge lead, the only goal that we've seen today. A second chance opportunity put in by Isaiah Chisholm. A young man, 19 years old, from Yorktown, played his high school soccer at Grafton High School right down the road, playing in front of his hometown fans. And last week, around this time, it was a 4-2 lead for Lionsbridge. Oh, here comes Tayshawn Johnson, showing some speed. Can't quite catch up to it. Sliding save by Ruben Folger.
Great job by the goalkeeper, coming off his line with aggression, coming out to claim that ball, not leaving anything in doubt. The worst thing you can do there as a goalkeeper is second-guess yourself. He trusted his instinct, came away with the ball, and denied Johnson a great chance.
Ben Fisher. Harry Rowe. Johnson. Far side. Tries to outrun his defender. Nothing doing.
Another job well done for the Lionsbridge midfielder and forward squad. Just shutting down the defense for Greenville, forcing them to just knock the ball out of bounds and reset for Lionsbridge.
Local talent here in Hampton Roads put on display these last several games. Ball sent into the 18-yard box. Chisholm with a header and a second chance. Just over the post, over the crossbar. And I believe that was Dom Foster there with the attempt. Had a pretty good look at it inside the 6-yard box. Just a little wide, just a little bit too much on it.
Yeah, Foster with a golden chance to put the game just that much further out of reach, but puts it through the golden uprights instead. A bit too high. No real trouble for Volker. So now he'll try and clear the ball down to the opposite side of the field. Just give his defense a bit of some breathing room. It's passed on by Ackerman. Kirkwood trying to reintroduce it up towards Chisholm.
Now let's see if Bridge can get any more opportunities here in this final few minutes of the first half. We're approaching the 39th minute. A 1-0 Lionsbridge lead. They have had their opportunities, as has Greenville, to be honest. But credit to the Lionsbridge defense for standing up when they have to.
There have been a couple of key stops by McNally as the foul is called. No advantage for Lionsbridge. But a lot of it, like you said, has been the defense. They've done a really nice job just making sure that nothing is getting towards McNally other than maybe a couple shots here and there.
Andre Di Savino has been busy on the offensive side for Greenville. Wide, love it. Inside, knocked inside, and that's a goal! Is that Chisholm again?
I believe it is. So 2 goals for Chisholm now.
Isaiah Chisholm, the local product, has his hometown fans back on their feet. It's another goal.
The center official quickly walking over towards the sideline. There's a couple claims coming from the Greenville squad with contact between Chisholm and Volkert. The linesman on the near side and the center official are just going to iron things out here. Discuss if there was any interference.
Still waiting to see what the call is. Lionsbridge players don't look too happy. We'll see what the call is.
Certainly the fans not happy as well.
Looks like they may take this off the board, and they certainly will. Not sure what the call is, but the Greenville players pleading their case. So wipe it off the board and wipe off another goal for Isaiah Chisholm. Was in the right place at the right time. Snuck it across the goal line. Whatever Greenville pleaded, they won their case, and what was momentarily a 2-0 lead is now back down to 1. So what a turn of events for Lionsbridge.
The worrying thing is now is that Chisholm, as aggressive as he was playing earlier in the contest, had that goal and then had it taken away, he might have just lit that spark that just might push him over the edge to bag at least 1 goal here in the second half.
41st minute. Looked like it was going to be a 2-0 lead for Lionsbridge, and instead they're stuck at 1-0. Still not sure what the call was. Far side, Thiago Campos fighting for it. Out of bounds, Lionsbridge ball.
So hopefully we'll get some clarification, at least during halftime, as to what the reason was that they called the goal back. The Lionsbridge not letting that really get too much inside their heads. Had another chance.
Excellent cross, and a shot sails wide. I believe that was Iago Loft with the attempt.
It was Lott. His first real chance of the game, puts it over the bar, but at least that's his first chance. Now he's got that out of his system. Expect him to be hitting the target soon. Goal kick played short, and I'm not really sure if I like that idea from Greenville. We've seen how aggressive this Lionsbridge midfield and forward squad is. And Lionsbridge able to come away with the ball. Now, of course, as I say that, the commentators curse.
Always there. Out of bounds, Malaysia Fair. The cross. Headed away by Greenville. Lewis Beckett. Leaving it for Josh Gordon. Tried to slide kick it. Nothing doing. But Lionsbridge tries to reset. Greenville takes it away. Still a fight for it. Bodies hit the deck. Still nobody's able to retain possession. And finally, Lionsbridge with some space to work with.
Mentioned Volkert second-guessing himself, or rather, not second-guessing himself earlier in the contest. And there was Beckett, who was chested it down. Perfect chance for himself to turn, take a shot towards goal. However, thought about it, and then it ended up fizzling out.
Left foot sent down the far side. Chisholm is there, fighting in the corner, making things difficult, and sure enough, it's out of bounds, and Lionsbridge will have a throw-in. Approaching the 44th minute, I would assume because of some of the injuries here, we're looking at maybe somewhere around 2 minutes of stoppage time. We'll wait and see. It's my guess.
Another good chance here, though, for Lionsbridge as they're getting ready to take this throw.
Left-footed cross. Nothing there. Fair gives chase and a whistle. And I think they may get Lionsbridge for a foul in the box as a Greenville player is down on the ground. Very physical play, Austin, in this first half. A lot of contact, some whistles, some chippiness. You'd think these two clubs were longtime rivals based on the way we've seen things unfold here.
Oh, no doubt about it. I think both these teams really want to make a statement here with the game tonight. Lionsbridge wants to get another emphatic win. Greenville wants to just put their name out there, continue their great season that they had last year. In what way to do that than taking down the national champion runner-ups? So we'll see if the halftime break sort of simmers things down or if things just continue to boil over in the second 45. Lionsbridge feeling hard done. They should have at least another goal on the board, according to them.
I believe the official says 2 minutes of stoppage time. I believe that's what the number is. And sure enough, it is 2 minutes of stoppage time. So maybe a chance for Lionsbridge here. We'll see what Chris Wally intends to do here with some stoppage time to work with. McNally set to send this one off.
So with these final 2 minutes, I think Wally would just want Lionsbridge to control the ball, maybe get one more chance, but the big thing, prevent Greenville from having any attacks.
Out of bounds, it's another throw-in for Lionsbridge.
So on the last match against Grove United, where Lionsbridge was able to utilize these throw-ins almost as miniature corner kick of sorts, send the ball inside the 18, just create a bit of panic as Lott pushes off a defender.
And it's a Greenville player down on the ground. Can't tell who that is as of yet. Official heads over to sort things out. We're in stoppage time now. It's a 1-0 lead for Lionsbridge. Goal delivered by Isaiah Chisholm on a second chance opportunity in the 12th minute. Players ready, and here comes the throw-in. Maybe the last play of the half. In the box, headed away. Ben Fisher back out. Lionsbridge in retreat. McNally sends it back. Chisholm is there with the header. Tayshawn Johnson tries to fight for it. Nothing doing. Here comes Faher, still battling for it. Play continues. Maybe another chance for Faher. Faher through the defenders, knocked away, and that's headed out of bounds. And that will go back to Greenville.
There's the halftime whistle. Good aggression, though, from Faher to close out the half. Battling through a couple of defenders, just trying to get that last chance out there for Lionsbridge.
So it's been an interesting first half that ends up a 1-0 lead for Lionsbridge, riding that 40-game unbeaten home win streak. But this thing has been far from easy. One goal delivered by Isaiah Chisholm, the Grafton High School graduate from Yorktown, put his hometown fans on their feet. We'll see what the second half delivers. We're going to take a break and come back in a few minutes. You're watching Lionsbridge FC Soccer taking on Greenville United FC. Back after this.
Yes. All right. All right.
Ooh.
Who is Jacob Hard Eyes Winkface?
A boy. A person.
A person. A special person? Maybe like a boy?
I got your favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing. I'm gonna let it happen.
You're always there for them, and we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
The rotator cuff is a group of muscles that surround the shoulder joint, as you can see here. There's 4 of them, and like all muscles, they have a muscle belly, which is this red fleshy portion here, and a white tendinous portion. And so when the rotator cuff tears, essentially what happens is the white tendon comes off the bone. The recovery is basically you're in a sling for about 6 weeks to allow the tendon to heal. By 3 months, I let patients get back to things like lifting weights, playing golf, swimming, things of that nature.
Hoops. They're everywhere, especially when it comes to banking. Lots of banks offer you big promises with their checking accounts, but there's always a hoop to jump through. At Langley, we don't like hoops. Our smart checking offers great features like getting your paycheck up to 3 days early, no monthly fees, and no minimum balances. No hoops, just straightforward banking with Langley. Open your smart checking account today.
A yard without mosquitoes is always the most popular yard in the neighborhood.
They're home! Scatter!
Homeowners, consider yourselves warned.
Again?
Mosquito Joe, outside is fun again.
As soon as you arrive, you'll see it in the people you meet and the way we follow through. At Bowditch Ford, your dealership experience will be one of total satisfaction. Our professional sales associates make buying easy, fast, and fun. And when it comes to service, experience better. From maintenance to repair to parts, collision, even our quick lane, we do it better. Your time is valuable and your dollars hard-earned. We'll take care of you. Bowditch Ford, a tradition of doing the right thing.
Great vision and healthy eyes are the goal at Peninsula Eye Care. Optometrists diagnose and treat many disorders of the eye and visual system and are a great addition to your healthcare team. We prescribe glasses, contact lenses, and medications to serve you. I'm Dr. David Buck, and if you're looking for a team that will care about you and is ready to listen, come see us at Peninsula Eye Care.
This is a story of first downs and second chances.
I wanted to keep playing, but my feet hurt.
You'd think all those big league experts could have helped.
You have access to anything, but none of it worked.
His football career ended, but his plantar fasciitis pain didn't. Till he found the Good Feet store.
I got fitted for my arch supports. Let me tell you something. They work.
Now, he recommends Good Feet to
anybody. If you move, go to the Good Feet store.
See for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
And welcome back to TowneBank Stadium. Nathan Epstein alongside Austin Hirsch getting you set for the second half of action between Lionsbridge FC and Greenville United FC. Glad to have you along. And Austin, an interesting first half. We saw a goal from the local product, Isaiah Chisholm, in the 13th minute, actually, from Grafton High School, right down the road from Yorktown. Plays at the University of Kentucky, one of those bright, young, potential stars of this club. We thought we'd seen another goal from Chisholm. Later on, goal was actually waved off, and we were discussing it during halftime. We still don't really know what the call was. It maybe could have been goaltender interference. It could have been some contact issues in the box. We're not really sure. All we know is there was a goal from Isaiah Chisholm wiped off the board. And so now things are about to get underway here in the second half. We'll go back to that in just a second. But first, Austin, we're going to keep our eyes, given this is a second straight friendly. Lionsbridge FC trying to make it 3-0 in the early start, in the early goings of this season. And we're wondering what kind of changes we are going to see to the lineup here as we get things started in the second half. And you were saying a second ago, we could see another wholesale change given Coach Chris Wally still looking to see what his lineup can provide.
Absolutely, and I think one of those names up top could be, or excuse me, not up top, but just at the top of the list would be Josh Baker, Sam Hall, as well as Lockie Fay and Josh Gordon. Just get some fresh players in there, some players that have seen this field before. Although Josh Gordon, a new player for this Lionsbridge lineup, the freshman out of Scarborough, Ontario, would be his first appearance for Lionsbridge, I believe. Would it be nice to maybe give Chisholm a bit of a break, but I'm sure he definitely wants that extra goal put back up there on the scoreboard.
Oh, no doubt about that. Again, the local talent has really taken center stage over these last two games, with Trey Barrett, the young man from Kickoff High School, providing the first hat trick for Lionsbridge since 2022. And then you got Isaiah Chisholm, so that's 4 out of 6 goals in the last 2 contests provided by local players, local around here in the Hampton Road 757 area. So already we can see some changes in the midfield. We got Claudel Ngubu back on the pitch. We saw him play a little bit in that first game. And in goal, we have another change.
Ngubu was one of those names that I was talking about during halftime. He had a very strong showing, great aggression up at the top of the formation in the previous contest against Grove. We'll see what he does here again tonight.
And in goal for Lionsbridge, Tyler Hogan is going to get the call in the second half. Second year with the club, 23 years old, from St. Lucie, Florida. And if anything, if the action in the second half is anything like what we saw in the first, then Hogan could be very busy back in goal.
And if he is, he knows that Lionsbridge is in pretty good hands. He was a very strong part. I believe he was the starting goalkeeper almost the entire season. I don't think he missed a game, if I remember correctly, during the campaign, especially through the playoffs, where he, in the penalty shootout, was able to come up with some really big stops to send Lionsbridge to the finals.
So we're getting a good look at who will be on the pitch for the second half. Staying with Lionsbridge, Dimitri Turner, the midfielder, 22 years old, from Lorton, also a local product, plays at James Madison. Jasper Winslow is on the pitch, defenseman from Los Angeles. And again, Claudel Ngubu is also on the pitch for Lionsbridge. Josh Gordon is on the pitch, the young defenseman, 18 years old, from Scarborough, Ontario, another product of the University of Kentucky. Josh Baker, second year with the club, 25 years old, from England, plays at High Point, is on the pitch, along with Matthew Kirk at midfield. And here comes Ngubu. Was busy that last game against Grove United. Had a couple of opportunities one-on-one. You have to think that Chris Wally has been working with him, trying to sharpen up those offensive skills.
Absolutely. And with Ngubu, I mean, what really better a team than Lionsbridge? They're a very strong offensive team that really carried them through the regular season and heavily into the postseason, again, making it all the way to the national championship game where they ultimately lost to Ballard FC. Looking to get things going on the far side of the field. Good give and go and a delivery into the box.
Oh, what a goal! Just like that, Bridge puts another one on the board.
Looks like that's number 33, I believe. Kane Ritchie, the forward out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
First year with the club. Talk about a spark plug. Just minutes into the second half, and the fans here at TowneBank Stadium have something to cheer for.
First year with the club, and what a first touch here tonight for him. An acrobatic effort, sticking his foot high above the competition, able to just nestle that right into the top corner of the goal.
Let's not forget that perfect pass sent in. Far post, and the end result is a 2-0 lead for Lionsbridge. My goodness.
So early goal is certainly something to watch out for if you've got Lionsbridge on the schedule. Whether it's the first half or the second, they come out of the gate very quickly, foot on the gas. Trying to create chaos, make things very difficult for the other team, put them in a deficit early on.
We've seen the story of each half kind of flip the last several games. In that first, in the opener against Virginia Beach United, not much doing on offense in the first half. 1 goal scored in the second. And here we go, another chance. Bridge on the attack. Just wide. That was an excellent strike. I believe that was Josh Baker. Couldn't quite tell, or is that Vincent Benet?
Either way, goalkeeper for Greenville was substituted at halftime. I believe it's Trip Kidd back there wearing the gloves, the highlighter green gloves, already with his hands full about 5 minutes into this second half.
Headed up ahead. Kane Ritchie, can he do it again? Still fighting for it. Had a good look. The goalkeeper came off his line. Ritchie almost with 2 goals in a matter of seconds.
Unfortunate there for Lionsbridge. They couldn't capitalize on another great chance. Once that ball was cleared away, no one really in the center of the field to take an initial, a follow-up effort.
And ball over the end line. Results in a goal kick. Back to Lionsbridge. And that was Alec Bravo getting chased for Greenville. Left-footed flick, well out of bounds. Unforced error there by Bridge.
Like we were talking about during the break, it is a complete full 11-man change for Lionsbridge to start this second half. So it's almost 2 completely different teams despite wearing the same jersey. The only exception really would be number 11, if I'm not mistaken, Vincent Benage, who left early on in the contest and didn't return.
Oh, and a chance for Greenville inside the box. Man falls down, no call. Oh my goodness, he's coming up hobbling. Looks like he may have rolled that ankle a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes it's not the hard challenge that you're able to pick up a little knock from. Sometimes the innocuous one where your body just gets enough to push yourself off balance, and that's when you can really roll an ankle.
And that's Andre De Sabino. And we've seen him in the middle of a few things tonight. All set away by Hogan. Other end, Kidd corrals. A 2-0 lead for Lionsbridge. Bridge on the board only minutes into the second half. with a spectacular goal provided by Kane Ritchie in only his first season with the club. Feed was sent to the far post, and Ritchie came flying in and pokes it right past Kidd for the goal.
That's certainly a great way to build up some steam coming out of the halftime break. It's always interesting to see whether teams will sort of try and settle in, especially after making quite a few substitutes like Lionsbridge did, or immediately step out on the gas.
Here comes Ritchie, dangerous, and Kidd is there to wrap it up. Now Ritchie has been busy on that end of the field. Joel Gonzalez battling for it, along with Bellamy Joseph. And Gobu still stays with it. Joseph inside the box, dangerous opportunity for Greenville. That one sails over everything. Strike by Diego Prietti.
Fortunate break there for Lionsbridge, as well as Hogan, who wasn't even tested on that last effort. Looked like Greenville is able to pick things up, though, here. We're 10 minutes into the second half. Starting to figure out the rhythm once more on offense. A bit more pressure on Lionsbridge. Boys in Blue certainly faced a lot of that in the first 45 minutes. They were able to hold strong, though really limited to maybe one or two attempts on target that tested Cole McNally. Nothing yet here for Hogan.
Contact with Lockie Fay, who picks up the foul. Ball control for Lionsbridge. And that's something that we didn't see a whole lot of, honestly, in the first half. You'd have to think that one of the messages from Chris Wally was sharper passes, better ball control in the second half. Up ahead, Ritchie gives chase. Almost wins it. Slides for the tackle. Man goes down to the pitch, and Lionsbridge still fighting for it. Here comes Ritchie. Bridge tries to set something up. And a shot, rebound, and Gubu going after it, instead deflected out of bounds.
If you think back to that first half and the first goal of the contest, 13th minute for Chisholm, quickly came in for the rebound. And Gubu wasn't able to do that this time around when the ball was poked free. Had a good chance, but wasn't able to capitalize.
And Bridge fans not happy about the fact that they thought it was going to be a throw-in for Bridge. Instead, it's Bravo doing the honors for Greenville. And Gobu heads it back to the midfield. Sam Hall with some space and a left-footed strike from outside the 18-yard box, and that sails wide right.
Sam Hall, the captain for Lionsbridge, one of those really dangerous players. When he has a bit of space, he is not afraid to take a shot.
Now in his third season with the club, and has that connection with Chris Wally, being that he plays his college ball at Chowan, where Wally is the head coach. Winning his head coach in program history. And has done spectacular things with the club here at Lionsbridge as well. 3 straight seasons making the playoffs, and you'll be hearing us say it a lot. This year there are now 2 soccer balls on the field, and now it's quickly cleared away and play will resume.
Lionsbridge player down just in front of the 4th official on the opposite side. Couldn't quite tell. It looked like he might have been holding his back or his hip. Slow to get up, though. There was some contact. Now helped up by Sam Hall. Looks like he'll be able to carry on. The player down was Lockie Fay. He's headed over to the far side of the field. We'll see if he has to step off because play was stopped.
While we have a moment, when you shop at Food Lion, it's easy to win over your favorite fans with savings at breakfast, lunch, dinner, and every moment in between. Food Lion, proud sponsor of Lionsbridge Football Club. Back to the action on the pitch with Lionsbridge leading it 2-0. Goal from Isaiah Chisholm, the local product, 12 minutes into the first half. And Kane Ritchie with a goal only moments into this second half. Dimitri Turner with a turn and go. far side.
Seems like Greenville has taken a bit of a page out of the playbook for Lionsbridge with that really aggressive front three, front four. Lionsbridge has the ball inside their own half. The forwards chasing down the ball carrier as well as the midfielders trying to move and shift over. See, right now it's Dotson tracking things down. Campos as well.
It's Jasper Winslow up ahead in Ngubu. Nothing there. Greenville defends well. Other end, Josh Gordon. Space for Harry Rowe. And now Josh Baker. Ball control seems to be the name of the game in this second half. Except for that one opportunity, the pass, a perfect pass sent into Ritchie, was really the only real attack that Lionsbridge has had this second half.
I think they're okay with that, though, at this point. If you remember back to the previous contest, it was a 2-0 lead that they had before they allowed that first goal back from Grove. And this time, trying to play a bit more conservatively, make sure they're able to preserve that lead and keep it where it is, if not, move it up. Great skill by Ngubu to hold on to that ball through a trio of Greenville defenders.
And great by Lionsbridge to maintain possession. Josh Gordon to the middle, Ngubu. Wide, Sam Hall. Up ahead is Ritchie. He's got space across, but nobody's home. Ritchie with that goal in the opening minutes of this one was looking for the assist. And we talked about that last game, how when the pass is there, you look for the trailer, and there was nobody there. Wide side, Gonzalez can't catch up to it over the end line. That'll be a goal kick.
Another good idea for Lionsbridge. They're just really not able to execute after that initial goal here in the second half, in the final third. Being a bit too ambitious, trying to play the ball too far forward.
Trip Kid ready to send this one away. 2-0 with Lionsbridge looking for their 41st game unbeaten at home at TowneBank Stadium. One of the best home field advantages in USL League 2. Kid looked like he almost fell down. He gets back up and flicks it over wide, and Greenville resets on their end of the field. All knocked away. Lionsbridge right there. I thought that might have been a handball for a second. Bridge presenting some problems for that Greenville defense, and Kidd with an unforced error sends it out of bounds and a throw-in coming for Bridge. Takes the easy route.
The double team over on the far side, able to close down any angle in that last try for Lionsbridge. Kid just knocking it out of bounds, sensing a bit of pressure coming. Just trying to get things reset for his team defensively. Hopefully they can settle down, and looks like they're able to hold off this Lionsbridge attempt.
Engulfed by Kidd there with Ritchie, the only blue jersey in the middle of a few gold jerseys. Better attempt this time by Kidd to send it away. Far side, and Ngubu is there. Gonzalez.
Good turn for Lionsbridge to really hold on to the possession here. The big name of the game obviously is if you have the ball, the other team can't score. They want to preserve this. Preserve that unbeaten record like we were talking about earlier. That big home field advantage here at TowneBank Stadium. What better way to do that than have your opponent wear themselves out running, trying to track down the ball.
Oh, and Ngubu looked like he had excellent position. Not a terrible pass, just not quite what Bridge was looking for. And Ngubu stayed on side and had maybe a step if that pass was just a little softer.
But a great idea. Play that ball towards the corner flags. Get it in deep and give a good chance for your midfielders to try and run in and send it across towards the center of the box.
Jasper Winslow is there guarding that ball. Gonzalez with a throw-in. Semi-dangerous pass in the middle of the field. Josh Gordon is there waiting, and now it's out of bounds. So Greenville back to work. Dimitri Turner tries to get it away. Greenville, maybe something going on here. And an attempt sails well wide.
Sam Hall putting his body on the line to deflect that one out of bounds. Like it rolled just right off his leg. A corner coming up.
Diego Prietti about to put his right foot on it. Drums playing at TowneBank. Ball to the middle of the box, headed away. I believe that was Sam Hall with the defense. The captain is there.
Definitely a great man to put the armband on. Really is able to lead the squad from the middle of the field. He's never one to shy away from a challenge.
Greenville saves it, still in bounds. 63rd minute, 2-0 lead for Bridge. Headed back in bounds. Alec Bravo flicks to the middle part of the field. Got away. A chance for Greenville in the box. And a whistle was blown, and I believe that will be a foul on Greenville.
That one just barely rolled over the end line.
Oh, it did sail over the end line. Okay, I thought he had saved it for a second. Instead, it's a goal kick.
He definitely did his best effort, and thought for a moment he did. A good attempt from Prietti to try and keep that attack working for Greenville. Seems like they're trying to work this near side of the field, or the right side of the formation for Greenville, finding a bit of success. Almost able to string that final pass in towards the center of the box.
Hogan looks for Ngubu. Is there a lot of contact? And that will be a whistle. So a kick coming, quickly put back into play by Bridge. Jasper Winslow, maybe not yet. So the official said not so fast, literally. Now back into play. Josh Baker, Gonzalez. Bridge with some patient ball movement here, tries to set something up. Hogan well outside the box. Looks for Ngobu. Stays on sides. Near the end line. Ngobu to the middle. Back out. And now it's Gonzalez with some nifty offense. Ngobu with a cross. Looks for Gonzalez. And it's too far.
Great build-up, though, for Lionsbridge. Getting more and more promising with each attack and each touch. Great teamwork as well. Being sure that they're able to hold on to their shape, stay spread out, not get too clumped up on top of each other. Unfortunately, again, just that last pass by Ngobu. Too much power behind it.
Some nifty dribbling there. They were looking for space, and you got to credit the Greenville defenders for standing their ground. And again, maybe looking for that cross, nobody was home. And so here is Trip Kid.
I think
Julian Bai is back in for Greenville along with Vicente Aradia.
I think part of that definitely have to commend the Greenville United defense for keeping their shape as well, not getting too caught up in following the ball. You'll see that sometimes where a team just moves almost all of their defenders over to try and shut down the cross. But if that cross gets off, it's an odd man advantage inside the 18.
Alec Bravo, nowhere to go, has to retreat. And Greenville will try and reset. Far side, Abdulian Bai. A turn and go. Slows it down. Middle part of the field, Melanie Joseph. And that ball through the goalpost intended for the football team, and not going to get it done there.
Another dangerous look, though, for Greenville. They're getting closer and closer to try to net one back here.
And I think you said in that game against Grove United, maybe the worst lead you can have in soccer is that dreaded 2-0 lead.
Absolutely, and we're not quite seeing that come to fruition just yet, but if things keep up, Greenville will certainly have their chances to tack one of their own up on the board.
Fight for it. Gonzalez wins that battle. Back to the middle part of the field. Jasper Winslow to Tyler Hogan. Wide side, nobody there, and Bridge on the attack. Up ahead, it's Ritchie. Ritchie with a one-on-one. Leaps over the goalkeeper. Can he find it? No, he cannot. An excellent opportunity for Bridge. It was Kane Ritchie who had it one-on-one with Trip Kidd.
Was able to beat the goalkeeper, but that last defender, Akpeme, made his way all the way back to the goal line, prevented that one from crossing in.
Trip Kidd has done a pretty decent job settling down after those few attacks and that one goal to start the second half.
That's always the tough thing as well when you get substituted in towards the game, at least about halfway through as a goalkeeper. So it looks like Lionsbridge picks up another foul here. Free kick is restarted. Those first couple touches, you just try and find your bearings out on the field. And when you come in the second half, you just get thrown right into the mix, especially in a game like this.
And Gobu with a steal, and now Bridge. It's Sam Hall running. Wide side, a nice feed. Can Harry Rowe catch up to it? Not quite. But a nice tackle, and Ritchie is still there. Play continues. Out of bounds, throw in for Greenville.
A great job by Faye, able to track that down over on the opposite side. Defenders just getting a bit too complacent, it seems. Thomas Maneer trying to let that one roll out of bounds, but good pressure on his back by the Lionsbridge midfielder. Keep that one in bounds and force Greenville to do something with it.
Lionsbridge fans here at TowneBank Stadium, an excellent crowd on this Sunday night as we are getting set for the work week to kick back up, and still maybe waiting for one more score. I know that Lionsbridge has been very close as we approach the 70th minute of play. 2 goals tonight. Isaiah Chisholm, 13 minutes into the first half, and Kane Ritchie, only 2 minutes. And now an excellent opportunity for Greenville. And a strike from outside the box. That is an amazing goal. Greenville is on the board. And I believe that was Andre Di Savino. He has been involved in a lot for Greenville tonight and finally gets Greenville in the scoring column.
And again, it's that 2-goal lead for Lionsbridge that they concede and give one back to the opposition. All credit to Savino, though. He's been in the thick of it throughout the first 45 and here throughout the second half, trying to put his mark on the game, and he finally gets a chance to do so and is able to convert.
Kane Ritchie battles. Greenville wins it. And this is where you get a little bit nervous if you're rooting for Bridge, because now it's a 1-goal game. Some physical play at midfield, and now you get a little nervous because you take that 2-goal lead and you think, okay, we're sort of cruising towards another win at TowneBank, and now all of a sudden that lead cut in half just like that with still about 20 minutes left to play.
It's so deceiving to have a 2-goal advantage because as soon as the opposition is able to score just one, you're back down to 1 goal. And all of a sudden, we've seen how fast Lionsbridge has been able to score. Other teams equally as capable of scoring very quickly.
Kane Ritchie provides the pressure. My goodness, Ritchie has been close to a 2 or a 3-goal game here. It had been 2 seasons since a hat trick for Lionsbridge when Trey Barrett provided that unbelievable 3-goal outing in his home debut for the team last game on Wednesday. And Kane Ritchie, he has 1 goal to start off the half, and he has been very close to 1 or maybe 2 more. None better than that opportunity we saw just a moment ago, going 1-on-1 with the key Trip Kidd.
I think certainly that's something to take away for Lionsbridge fans as well as the coaching staff. The duo up top of Isaiah Chisholm and Kane Ritchie, just having them both up at the field, pressuring constantly, creating dangerous opportunities on the other side of the field. It's certainly going to be a force to reckon with throughout the rest of the season if this is like typically a lineup, or at least the two up top that we see here for Lionsbridge.
Set ahead. Tyler Hogan off his line and slides, and as you mentioned earlier, Austin, when you're confident in yourself, got to make that play.
Absolutely, and I think that over on the other side of the field, Kidd has gotten a lot more confident for himself. He came off his line to challenge Richie. He was able to make sure that Richie didn't have a good chance on goal. If he was going to, it was going to be a really harsh angle. The other thing that I've seen from this Lionsbridge attack, the midfielders and the forwards, they've been able to stay on sides really well. Got caught off sides a couple times last game, but this time a bit more disciplined and controlled with timing their runs.
Matthew Kirk was asking for a foul, didn't get it. And now back on the offensive side of the field, Ben Ashfield for Greenville, taken right back by Bridge. Boys and Blues still working hard in this second home game of the season. A beautiful late spring evening here in Newport News. Once again, an excellent crowd, and they have been lively most of the way. Certainly have had two very exciting goals to cheer for. And go with the midfield. Up ahead to Melanie Joseph. Fights with Gonzalez. Gonzalez still fighting. Hogan has to simply cut his losses and send that one sailing out of bounds.
It was a nice job over on the near side from the defense to just keep that ball out there. But unfortunately, it looked like he just turned in towards the center of the field, and the way he was facing was towards Hogan. Had to play it towards Hogan. And just cleared it away. Another chance, though, coming up for Greenville. The way they've been attacking lately, I wouldn't be surprised if this culminates in at least a shot on target.
Excellent defense by Bridge. With some space, Dimitri Turner. Up ahead, Richie, and Greenville player hits the ground. Out of bounds. It will be Lionsbridge possession. However, we see a Greenville player who is in some considerable pain on the near side.
It looked like it was something that was off the ball for the player down. Can't quite see who it is. Got him by standing over him. It's like they're just trying to stretch those legs out for him.
And he's helped up to his feet by Billy and By. Still having a tough time seeing that jersey number. I believe that's Alec Bravo. Can't tell if that's a 15 or a 19 yet. Either way. So it's 19, excuse me. So that's Melanie Joseph back on his feet.
Lionsbridge can't make anything out of that throw-in, immediately giving it away, but fortunate for them and the home fans, it's Greenville who just clears their line, sends it out of bounds on the opposite side of the field. Lionsbridge with a throw, but they come out of their own half, and looks like an illegal throw-in over on the opposite side of the field. Just lifting up that back foot. Unforced error at a very unfortunate time.
Yeah, you can maybe feel it a little bit. Things a little more tense out on that field. I mean, you think about the chance that Kane Ritchie had to make it a 3-0 lead. And not long after that, it was Andre Didi Sabino with a magnificent strike from outside the box to cut his team within one, and Greenville, with another chance and a header, falls right into the hands of Tyler Hogan.
Like that ball might have just slipped off the defender's head. A fortunate roll, though. Straight to Hogan. Didn't have to move very far to hold on to that one. We'll see if Lions were just able to get comfortable again with the ball at their feet.
Tackled out of bounds. And again, Greenville, they've certainly had their way with the officials tonight. They've asked for a call with Didi Sabino asking for a jersey grab. He got one late. Greenville pleading their case after what looked like an apparent second goal scored by Isaiah Chisholm. That was wiped off the board. And so Greenville seems to know how to sway the officials tonight.
I think a key part of that is when you feel like you really have a good case, you definitely make that case to the official. If there's maybe a 50-50 call, you let that one slide. But when something really big happens, you try and get the official's attention. Of course, he'll be seeing it, but it really helps when you're not constantly clamoring for a foul or a free kick.
And speaking of a free kick, it looks like a corner coming for Bridge.
And the fans look to get amped up here, try and urge their side to just get that extra goal, add to the scoreboard, push that game just a little bit further out of reach. I think it would do a lot of confidence for the squad out on the field.
Matthew Kirk is in the corner along with Josh Baker. Let's see who sends it in. 78th minute. Kirk sends it back post. A header is knocked away. Great chance for Bridge. And Gonzalez, rather, that's Kirk still fighting for it. And here comes Sam Hall, the captain. Some space to work with for Bridge. And Gobu, far side of the field. And Gobu sends it wide. In the box. Nothing doing. Dimitri Turner. Ritchie gives chase. Dangerous decision by Kidd to come off his line. But it turns out to be the right one. Knocked away, out of bounds. Bridge still retains possession with the throw-in.
Lionsbridge really has to try and ride this wave of momentum they've got.
Sharp passing by Bridge. Far side. Kirk. Some excellent dribbling. Knocked away as he looks for the strike. Both players hit the floor and ends up in a foul against Bridge.
That was Manny Akpeme who made the goal line stop, or the goal line save for Greenville to keep this lead where it is. Good reintroduction from Winslow to try and get the ball on target in that far swinging corner. Lionsbridge trying to move quickly.
And they do. A chance for Bridge. Some space to work with. Sam Hall. And the left footer puts it in. Goal! The captain puts Bridge up 3-1.
What a great job by Hall just to follow up with the play. Just make sure, see that one all the way through to the end. Not settling for anything less than at least a shot on target.
Right when you need something to happen, it's the captain who steps up and steps into one. Kidd, nothing much he could do there. You had a feeling that Bridge could extend their lead. They had a few chances in the last several minutes. And now in the 80th minute, a little over 10 minutes to go if you consider stoppage time, if there is some. A 3-1 lead. How big was that? 3 goals, 3 separate players for Bridge tonight. Isaiah Chisholm in the 13th minute. Kane Ritchie in the opening minutes of the second half. And now Sam Hall in his 3rd year with the club, his first goal of the season.
A great job for Lionsbridge to really push the envelope every time that they get the ball down in the opposite end of the field. They really try and maximize their chances. And I mean, Hall, he really just doesn't miss from there. He's got so much skill. He knew exactly what to do. A cheeky little chip up over the goalkeeper. Nothing that kid could do.
And with some 9 minutes and change to work with, let's see if Bridge maybe tries to extend it even more. And here comes Kane Ritchie, providing some problems for Greenville. He has been a spark plug on that end of the pitch. Josh Baker, Hall, wide, out of bounds. So right after Sam Hall delivers a fantastic goal, maybe an unforced error, but here comes Bridge again. Oh, what a sidestep. Dimitri Turner still going with it. And Greenville finally quiets the threat.
Turner picked up the assist on that goal for Sam Hall. And great aggression from Turner to not give up on the play. So I'm surrounded by a couple gold jerseys, even brought to the ground, immediately scrambles to his feet while he's got to be applauding that.
40 games and a chance for Greenville. Tyler Hogan steps up and makes the play. That was number 17, Ben Ashfield for Greenville, I believe. Had a chance in between two blue jerseys.
Of course, want to make a quick point for Lionsbridge. Back-to-back games with 3 different goal scorers for them. Even though the scoreline isn't quite the same as Ritchie.
Kane Ritchie, wow, almost created something against 2 Greenville defenders.
Those multiple goals just showing the utility players that Lionsbridge has to make something happen. They have so many people at their disposal who can really threaten the other team. You've got dangerous midfielders willing to cross the ball in or even make runs themselves or find themselves, and they have such good high IQ of soccer that they can be in the right space at the right time.
7 minutes and some change away from a 41st straight game. 41 straight unbeaten matches for Lionsbridge. What a home field advantage they have created here in the heart of Newport News. Matthew Kirk. Jasper Winslow, and now some ball control for Lionsbridge. Wide side to Gonzalez.
Also something I've noticed throughout the contest this evening, Lionsbridge doing a really great job of playing the way that they're facing. So meaning when the ball comes to them, they don't have to turn around or do anything like that. They're able to immediately see what's in front of them, and they're able to select an option from those other teammates that they have.
And here's the captain to Jasper Winslow. 84th minute, a 3-1 lead for Bridge. Sam Hall almost with a turn and go. Nearly got past his defender. Instead, Ashfield to Bravo. Flicks it in. Nobody there. Only Ngobu for Bridge. Dimitri Turner. Whistle, and it is...
Looks like it might be a throw-in over on the far side of the field. Took a second for the center official to make that call. But here we see Ritchie head to the sideline for Lionsbridge. But I'd say he certainly had a really solid evening in his 40 minutes of action.
Yeah, 1 goal and several chances. Really showed off his speed and his skill on the offensive side of the field. Alec Bravo trying to create out of bounds. That was not a very good pass, and it's Bridge retains possession with a throw-in. Matthew Kirk. Okay, he'll give it up. And the younger fans starting to line up the fence. Always await the autograph session after every home game. Something that makes this home field advantage great as well is the reception that the team gets from the home field fans and the way they repay it afterward with some autograph signings. Great to see. 86th minute, Greenville on the run. Maybe a chance, an opening. And ball sails wide outside the box. Greenville's still working with it. Tackled. Out of bounds goes to Bridge. At least that's what the official is saying. Greenville played on for only a moment, and now they realize what's going on. Bridge back with it.
Of course, speaking of autographs, the Lionsbridge players were in attendance at Chick-fil-A on Victory for an autograph session and meeting some of the fans as well outside of TowneBank Stadium. It's always really great, that connection that Lionsbridge has built with the community.
About 3 minutes and some change, and a 3-1 lead for Lionsbridge. Trying to lock up a 3-0 start
think they're well on their way to doing that. Couple of goals advantage here for them. Good touch to take it out of the defense. And they're just going to play possession here. Lionsbridge sending it all the way back to Hogan now. Just opening up on the width of the field. Got an option on either side. Hogan elects to just send it down towards Ngubu up top.
Oh, Ngubu is just grabbed. Maybe some frustration let out by Manny Akpene.
Grad student at Barton College has had a really good showing here tonight, but maybe just trying to stop the Lionsbridge attack there with a tactical foul. Because, I mean, other than him, Ngubu might have been off to the races and trying to test Trip Kid. A good free kick, a chance to just run a set piece from play in a game time situation.
Josh Baker sends it in, and Ngubu's there. Matthew Kirk with a beautiful strike, just a little too high.
It was a great one-timer from Kirk, though, almost putting that one right on target. And I mean, even if Kidd was there was a lot of power behind that shot. Like Kidd would have done well to hold on to that ball.
And as we approach the final minutes of this one, as we approach the final whistle, the next few games, Tuesday, the club is on the road against the Virginia Marauders. That's in Shentel Stadium in Winchester. And then finally, they're back home, back at TowneBank Stadium next Sunday. Oh, and Ngubu stayed on side. Almost had a chance to make it a 4-1 game in the final minutes here. Obviously, at this point, this thing looks well in hand.
So like you said, looking ahead, Lionsbridge with a 2-0-0 record against the Marauders, combining, I believe, for 5 goals in the last meeting that they had. That was back on July 15th. And then before that, it was a 3-0 victory on May 31st. Some names that we might remember: Harry Rowe was able to score, Isaiah Chisholm, Adam Kirkwood, those that got on the score sheet.
What a performance tonight. Here's Gonzalez. Bridge, maybe not satisfied with just 3. Beautiful flick to Gonzalez. Knocked out of bounds. Stays with Bridge. We'll see if Bridge is trying to add a little bit to it. Josh Baker. Sam Hall, who has a goal already, maybe trying to make it 2 inside the box. And eventually sent away by Greenville. 90th minute. No indication yet of the stoppage time.
Looks like 2 minutes of stoppage time added on here. Not really enough to make a comeback, but enough to get another one on the board for Greenville. Have that last final say of the contest.
Sends it wide, Ashfield. Bravo to the box, and an easy save for Tyler Hogan.
No one really there inside the 6-yard box to try and pressure Hogan. Had that ball fall into the ground.
Isaiah Chisholm with the opening goal to start things off for Bridge in the 13th minute. Kane Ritchie with a goal to start things in the second half, and the captain, Sam Hall, caps it off with the 3rd goal of the night around the 80th minute. And here we stand, a 3-1 game, the only goal delivered for Greenville. Pretty good strike by Andre DiSavino. Lionsbridge will improve to 3-0 on the season. 41 straight unbeaten matches here at TowneBank Stadium. The last time they lost a game of any kind was to the Richmond Kickers way back in 2019. And that unbeaten streak will continue tonight.
We'll put that streak on the line coming up Sunday, May 26th. Against Charlottesville Blues FC. This is the first meeting between those two teams. It'll be exciting. New opponent for Lionsbridge. New team to play in front of the hometown crowd here at TowneBank Stadium. Head to lionsbridgefc.com/tickets to get your spot here at the stadium.
And here's Sam Hall. Let's see if Lionsbridge attempts one more to cap things off. In the box. Nothing there over the end line. It'll be a goal kick, and there is the final whistle. Lionsbridge FC with a 3-1 victory over visiting Greenville. 3 goals, 3 separate players, and a 3-0 record for the Lionsbridge Football Club. Spectacular outing by this Lionsbridge team trying to defend their Chesapeake Division crown, and now things start to get a little bit interesting as the season rolls on. Final thoughts on this one, Austin?
Well, a great way to start this season. A couple of big wins in some friendly matches, as well as a USL 2 win against Virginia Beach United. We're going to go into their second USL 2 game of the year with quite a bit of momentum, and Wally's got quite a few picks as well to choose for the starting 11 that he's going to try and utilize for the rest of the season. But I certainly wouldn't be surprised if we see about maybe 15 to 18 players making that starting 11 rotation. There's a lot of great players out on the field, both returning ones and new ones. So I think fans are going to have some new favorites as the season moves on.
And as Austin said, the next game Tuesday on the road against the Virginia Marauders, and our next home game right back here at TowneBank Stadium a week from tonight, Sunday, May 26th against the Charlottesville Blues FC. It's been fun bringing this one to you, and we will certainly catch you next time, next Sunday, right here at TowneBank Stadium. For Austin Earp, I'm Nathan Epstein. Have a great night and a great start to your week.
See you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hey, sweetie, how was practice?
My mom was a cheerleader in school. She knows how intense it can be. That's why she always keeps me well fed.
Girls. Oh, hey, Miss J.
Come on, team, we got this. Let's go.
Hey, honey, have some.
I may have picked basketball over pom-poms, but I still got the world's best cheerleader rooting me on.
You're always there for them, and we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
The definition of a concussion is a transient change in neurological status related to some sort of traumatic injury that occurs to the body that presents through brain changes. Things such as headaches, neck pain, dizziness, not feeling right, emotionalness. Symptoms can last very long or very short. If you develop symptoms after some sort of injury that you feel may be a concussion, you should be evaluated by a medical professional who's trained in evaluating concussions.
Hoops. They're everywhere, especially when it comes to banking. Lots of banks offer you big promises with their checking accounts, but there's always a hoop to jump through. At Langley, we don't like hoops. Our Smart Checking offers great features like getting your paycheck up to 3 days early, no monthly fees, and no minimum balances. No hoops, just straightforward banking with Langley. Open your Smart Checking account today.
A yard without mosquitoes is always the most popular yard in the neighborhood.
They're home. Scatter.
Homeowners, consider yourselves warned.
Again?
Mosquito Joe, outside is fun again.
As soon as you arrive, you'll see it in the people you meet and the way we follow through. At Bowditch Ford, your dealership experience will be one of total satisfaction. Our professional sales associates make buying easy, fast, and fun. And when it comes to service, experience better. From maintenance to repair to parts, collision, even our quick lane, we do it better. Your time is valuable and your dollar's hard-earned. We'll take care of you. Bowditch Ford, a tradition of doing the right thing.
Great vision and healthy eyes are the goal at Peninsula Eye Care. Optometrists diagnose and treat many disorders of the eye and visual system and are a great addition to your healthcare team. We prescribe glasses, contact lenses, and medications to serve you. I'm Dr. David Buck, and if you're looking for a team that will care about you and is ready to listen, come see us at Peninsula Eye Care.
Give me that ooey gooey, crispy, crunchy, mouth watering. Give me that silky, smoothie, creamy, dreamy Papa sauce. Give me that crispy, cuppy, holdy, foldy, pepperoni poppin'. Give me that cheesy, saucy, tossy Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some. Crispy, cuppy, roni trio before it's gone. Papa John's.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
In Newport News, talk to State Farm agent Jimmy Fay today.
This is a story of first downs and second chances.
I wanted to keep playing, but my feet hurt.
You'd think all those big league experts could have helped.
You have access to anything, but none of it worked.
His football career ended, but his plantar fasciitis pain didn't. Till he found the Good Feet store.
I got fitted for my arch supports. Let me tell you something. They work.
Now, he recommends Good Feet to
anybody. If you move, go to the Good Feet store.
See for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.